Hello to all my friends out there. Here we are again, another day. Welcome to my kitchen and welcome to my life, such that it is. It's a bore, that's what it is. That's okay. It's best to stay the course a little bit longer. I'm taking it 3 days at a time, until Monday. Okay, so we can't go out because no restaurants are open, so I thought, well, I'll make myself a cheap little salad bar type meal. But I don't want to spend much money because, I might need something if I spend all my money. Okay, so yesterday I bought this salad mix. No, it was a stir-fry mix, and I really like it. I bought it at Albertsons, and they have all kinds of vegetables. I had a big salad last night, so I will eat the rest of that. And I got it on sale for 99 cents. So if you keep your eye out, they mark the salads down. I find the salads at Albertsons to be good. Okay. Now, one of the things I stockpile is lunch meat. And you can fry eggs with your lunch meat. This is turkey lunch meat. I stockpile it in my freezer. So tonight I made some lima bean stew. I want to get my recipes out there. Lima beans and pork sausage. So you guys, you heard that 7 of our meat plants closed down. 3 was Tyson chicken. The chicken is pretty cheap out here right now, 59 cents a pound at one of the stores. But I'm liking the Walmart chicken tenderloins. That way you're getting chicken, with no bone. You're not paying for the bone at all. But, if you need chicken, why not get it if it's decent chicken, and I'm sure it is. For 59 cents a pound. I try to get everything on sale, cheap. So since I have stew, I don't need that much lunch meat or any kind of meat. But what I have is I have tomatoes. Sometimes I grind rotel tomatoes, and believe it or not, just a little bit. You guys have been following me, know these recipes. And then I didn't open this one. Oh, I did open it. I stockpile these. These come in handy for everything, and believe it or not, this is a really good salad. And it's as cheap as dirt too. So for my salad bar, I'm going cheap. And I have salad dressing in the refrigerator. Let me see. I have a little Thousand Island left, so I'll just have that. Okay, so you heard, the meat packing plants. So I go, oh no. So I went down and I got myself some, these are bacon ends and pieces, because if something happens and meat gets scarce, we need bacon for our beans, for one thing. And then I bought some of these, and I needed these to make my sausage, plus I'm packing my freezer. So this is a lot of meat, you guys. You can make bacon and eggs, you can make bacon and hash browns or BLT sandwiches. Okay, so I made some black tea and I put it in my mason jar that I got for my seeds, but I planted them in something else. Okay, and what I'm doing is I had some lemons, so I'm putting lemon or vinegar in everything. And we'll get to that in a minute. So what we have to do is be thinking, now how can I get lemon? How can I, come up with some cheap stuff, that's not going to be too disagreeable, Okay, so now this I'm very proud of. Okay, there you go. Now this bread came out really good. What I did is, yesterday when I made the bread with the sourdough starter, I made the bread and I saved a little piece of the bread dough. Now this is the best way. Just save a little yeast in case something happens to your starter, but you can use your bread as the starter. And it's like the yogurt. If you have a little yogurt, you can make yogurt if something happens to your yogurt starter. So here is the bread starter recipe. Now your bread that is made with starter or a little piece of bread does not rise as fast as rapid rise, but it does rise and it tastes really good. So if you have flour, sugar, and salt, you can make, you can just save a little piece of bread and you can make yourself a batch of bread. Now what did I do with that? I just had that. Oh, here it is. And so what I did was, because I put it in the refrigerator and I think it tastes much better too. I don't like the taste of the starter when it's been sitting out. So so now right here, we're getting somewhere. You guys see, look, my bread is delicious. Get your notebooks and be making notes of this stuff just in case, God forbid we should ever have to. Or, if somebody, the things you're likely to run out of is bread, fruit, and vegetables. We went over that a million times, but I have some new followers. And then this is another one of my recipes. This is cooked fruit. I just took peaches, a can of peaches. Look, this is good. Now, wait, I'll be right back. Okay, now I took 4 out. These will be good on some cottage cheese or homemade yogurt. And I cut them in chunks. I covered them with water. I added sugar to taste, and I cooked them down. Now, you can just eat a little bowl of cooked fruit, and this is very good on yogurt as well. All right, now. So what I did is I used my bread recipe. I made half a batch because I have starter. I can make more bread tomorrow. Or you can make a big loaf. And I put half a cup of warm water, 1/2 tablespoon of sugar, and a little salt. And then I turned my burner on, and then I turned it off so that my pan was warm. And then I covered my starter, and I just stirred it around as it dissolved. And if it needed a minute, if it needed to be a little warmer, I just turned my pan on, covered it, and then I stirred it, and next thing you know, I had some nice yeast, and I was good to go. Okay, so now what? Well, here it is. This is one of my good ones, you guys. If you've been following me, you have seen this before. And it's cheap and it's good. This is half a batch, so if you use a my son fixed my tripod. So I used a can of lima beans. So I didn't need water. I didn't put salt and pepper yet. I had 4 sausage links, and I fried them and cut them in chunks. And then I took the juice out of the can of tomatoes. I get the kind with the juice for reasons like this. Now tomorrow I can make a nice batch of chili with my tomatoes. And I had dry basil and chili powder and then, pepper. So this is like super easy to make. Okay, so now, this is what you call a cheap meal. But this is a good meal. Now there's a way to do this so it doesn't drip. I was watching the chef channel and you can see I didn't quite get the hang of it. All right, now, oh, so that was the bug. All right, now. So this is a good little salad bar and soup. Now, if you're running out of gloves, you know, if your gloves break, I'm not going anywhere without gloves. No way. Here you go. Get some gloves. And, you know, secure some kind of mask. Okay. See how this is diced tomatoes in tomato juice or diced, or else I also buy pineapple packed in juice. It's no more expensive, and then that way you have juice and you're not going to run out of fruit. So we're going to be preparing for the second wave, or for, you know, anything. No matter, now let me taste this. Okay, it needs salt and pepper. I didn't put salt and pepper on it yet. So you guys, make sure you have sausage and make sure you have bacon. Breakfast cereal and milk. I made granola. That was really good. Egg and cheese burrito. You've seen me make that, pancake and eggs. Lunch, sandwich, cookies, and tea. Today I had a sandwich, which I made out of my roll with turkey like I did yesterday, and I had some cookies and some tea. Dinner, soup and bread, or some kind of meat, potatoes, rice, or sweet potatoes, and vegetables. So if you stockpile your potatoes, rice, and sweet potatoes and canned vegetables, then if something happens and we get in some food scarcity, all you have to worry about is meat. And then milk, powdered milk, so you can make yogurt, eggs, because that's going to go with your bread. You can survive on bread and eggs. Yogurt, cheese is really, really going to help, and you need oil. So that was just a little list I wanted to give you. And then I have this on my Twitter. Potatoes, you know, big bags. You're not going to starve if you have potatoes. Also, you can make, if you didn't have bread, this stew with fried potatoes, beans, rice, oil or shortening, cans of fruit and vegetables, flour, sugar, and salt, and some yeast to make a bread starter, and then save a small piece of dough. Powdered milk or canned, learn to make yogurt. In the freezer, lunch meat, cheese, bacon, chicken, hamburger. So, you know, if you have bacon and sausage and chicken, you know, chicken's cheap right now. And hamburger, I bought the hamburger of the kind with soy. I've been eating it all week. Oatmeal, so you can make granola. Soda and baking powder. I went to get that and they were gone. Save all your seeds out of your food and plant or store tea and coffee. And then here's the bread starter. And this is good in 12 hours, or you can make it the night before, and then you can make bread the next day. Okay. So, we were doing well in the city where I live, and we only had 29 cases. Now we got, within about a week, 69 cases. And what I do is I look up the COVID cases using my zip code. But as I mentioned to you, we have a big, huge population of COVIDs just down the street, and then another one a little bit to the west. So although we weren't bad, it's gone from 29 to, we were holding 33 for a while, but now it's spiked up again. And so a lot of people went to the beach today, and it does seem safe, but a large crowd is not safe. Okay, now I want to mention the cringe-worthy comments by President Trump on disinfectant and UV lights. I don't want to mention it again in case some dumbass might possibly do that. But I was thinking about it. Okay, I mentioned to you guys that when I was a nurse, they said don't throw the narcotics down the toilet because it ends up in the drinking water. So now the way they're assessing the second wave is they're testing the sewage, the fecal and urine for COVID. And by percentage, they can tell, if we're going to spike again. So what does that mean? Possibly that the water could at some point become contaminated. So that's why I said, whatever you do, don't drink tap water. I told my son, don't even let the dog drink it. But I post on my Twitter how to disinfect your water. I just looked it up. You can look it up for yourself on Safari. But I posted a good one on my Instagram, Rhoda Stone Instagram. But the best thing is to drink lemon and vinegar, or lime, or grapefruit, or oranges, or vitamin C tablets. And so, I got a bad reaction on that by some genius last time. I'm not saying that it is. What I'm saying is that when I was a nurse, they told us to, nursing student, load up on vitamin C because it was bactericidal and it'll keep your bowel clear. Okay, one of the symptoms of the COVID is diarrhea. So, you want to watch out for that. But you want to keep your doses up and, put it in your food too, on your salad dressings, vitamin C food as much as possible. And I mentioned that Alexander the Great would put it in the drinking water so his troops wouldn't succumb to the germs of the enemies. Okay, so consider that. Check out how to disinfect. Another thing, we should know how to do that just in case. We should write it in our notebooks just in case the drinking water, God forbid, is ever contaminated by any means. Okay, now about the UV light comment. Okay, I work in salons and equipment is supposed to be sanitized by UV lights. And I thought it was a good point, and I am thinking about getting some. Also, hair salons, should be disinfecting their tools with alcohol and their counters and such. Okay, so today it was 90 degrees here, and and I really didn't blame people for taking off to the beach. I don't think it was a good idea. But, if you are gonna, I think a massive crowd is insane, but if you would promise to go out, far out in the ocean and surf, well, okay. And surfers will get withdrawal and die if they, a lot of people surf daily here. Okay, now, what we want to do is we want to start reducing all of our expenses. I mean, down to nothing. And getting cheap food that is good. This is good. You guys got to try this. Oh, I wanted to show you the lima beans. Okay, now this is a problem. These are a bit hard to find. Another thing that is a problem is canned food. Stockpile as much canned food as you can. It's really going to save you. You can make yourself a little cooked fruit. You know, you can have a few, you'll have tomatoes for your salad or tomatoes for your, tomato juice. And learn how to make the bread with the starter. And just start, shaving back all of your expenses as much as you can and being as careful. It's not all the times that you couldn't help it. A lot of times it's all the times that you couldn't help it and all the times you could help it that do you in. So I just want to caution you guys, all of you guys, to practice good sanitation in your homes as well. A lot of people are saying that it can come through the air conditioning vents, and we're sitting in the heat here in San Diego because they didn't want to turn the air conditioner on. And that is a valid point. Okay, you guys, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you don't agree with everything I say, that's okay. And give some thought to the disinfecting and the UV light comment. I think possible, that they just didn't want to go down that rabbit hole, but, it is legitimate. Give it a little thought. I know a lot of you are healthcare providers. If you have a good comment, we would like to hear them. And God bless you all.